These were quite extraordinary photographs from court. They look more like something from a funeral or,
Yeah, they're sort of iconic images.
Yeah.
Like if you're walking out of court, is it good to be snapped in an iconic image? But I suppose you have to describe it.
Yeah. So I'll describe it. They're two women. One is kind of a woman, I'd say, in her late 50s, and the other is a younger woman with a hood up. And the older woman, is sort of clinging to the younger woman, sort of embracing her, I would think, offering her some sort of support and some comfort. They certainly look like photographs that would be more akin to relatives of a victim of crime coming out of a courtroom and being caught in camera. But instead, these are images of Jelena Idela, a 58-year-old woman, and Svetlana Batajeva, she's 38. And both of these women have been charged with money laundering offences after the seizure of 18 kilos of gold bullion and €400,000 in cash, which was discovered last weekend.
Yeah, I mean, gold obviously is a much more rare seizure party to make.
Gold bullion,
which is obviously a bar of gold, effectively, and you can
like a kind of an old-fashioned cartoon style thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously these bars are made. They're bits of gold melded together. But I mean, the value on it is stunning. Like it's given us 1.3 million
for one bar.
For well, that's what the total seizure is. I don't know if that's
many
a
bars.
single bar.
Yeah.
I'm
you don't have gold yourself?
I don't have
bullion.
No, my bullion stocks are not as high as they might be. So, I mean, it's part of a major operation, and a man has been charged in connection with the same seizure. A guy called Forhats Batijevas, a 55-year-old, and following his charge, 2 women were arrested.
Are you sure you're pronouncing his first name correct?
Forhats. No, I'm not, but I'm going to stick with
Forhats. Where is Forhats from?
He is, well, I think he's living in Dublin.
Yeah.
All of these 3 people have addresses in Dublin, but we heard in yesterday's court hearing,
the women had Russian translators.
Yes, they had Russian translators. So they were arrested in the aftermath and brought before the courts. They were both charged with 3 separate offences in relation to money laundering. They were, as you said, the proceedings were translated into Russian. Miss Idelt was charged with possessing €265,000 in cash, plus 134,000 in cash. They were seized they were charged as being the proceeds of crime.
That money was found at Waterloo Road in September of this year, 27th of September. But Miss Idela has an address in Leopardstown in Dublin 18.
Yeah, and they were also charged with possessing 18 kilograms of gold bullion. So I mean, 18 kilograms is gold is very heavy. If never.
So like 18 kilos.
Well, it wouldn't be that big, I suppose. And there was also Miss
Idela is accused of possession of MDMA and cocaine.
Yes, which was also a large seizure of those drugs as well. And Miss Bajavita is charged with possessing 58,000, which was also the allegation is that was crime proceeds as well. So it's
and her address is in Earlsford Court in Lucan. So there's a number of different addresses there where clearly a number of searches occurred and where these people were later charged before the courts. Obviously, they haven't issued any pleas yet, and we will look to see, is there any suggestion that these charges are going to be dealt with in the ordinary courts, or is there a suggestion that it'll go to...
Well, we'll have to see the nature of see, if something was to go to a special criminal court, it often happens as it approaches trial, I suppose. It doesn't necessarily have to happen at this proceedings as of this moment. But certainly the gold bullion is guaranteed to make serious headlines across the world.
I think his name is Farhats.
Farhats?
I think it's Forhats. Where did you see the 4?
I don't know, I must have read it wrong. It's complicated. I don't know if you pronounce the names right yourself. So,
well, I think I've had a better go at it than you. Anyway, sorry, we digress. anyway, none of those individuals have, as of yet, or had at the time we're recording this, applied for bail, but they are expected to apply for that bail and look for to be remanded, not in custody.
Yeah, and certainly, Jelana Adeli, she told Gardaí, it was reported in court, that she was not the owner of the drugs and it doesn't belong to me. So that was read out in evidence there.
Okay. Well, we'll return to this as it goes through the courts, maybe in the coming weeks. I'm Nicola Tallant, and you're watching Crime World, a podcast about criminals, drugs, and the underworld in Ireland and across the globe. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you can be the first to watch all our latest episodes. You can also listen wherever you get your podcasts.